All right. So here's what I've got right here. Okay. Our second opponent is going to be Ole Miss. Okay. So, I was thinking, here I've got to go through and I've got to tell you guys, it's easy to say game planning, but I kind of want to let you know how we do it. Okay. So Monday is really going to be, when we're putting the last game to bed, we're seeing kind of what is working for us and we're being very introspective. So we're thinking of it strictly from where are we, what have we done, heavy self scout on that day, that our uh, analysts perform. So, those guys could tell us kind of what we've done, where we're starting to get, pretty stale, or, what's really working for us, stuff like that. And we start thinking of, okay, what can we do that's a little bit different? And then when we watch other teams, obviously we're gonna watch and see them for what they're doing so that we can get some mismatches. Now, our second opponent is going to be Ole Miss. So right here, I've got some clips from Alabama and K-State, okay, that we're going to watch. Okay, so I just pulled the first 5 clips of the game, okay, because as you know, so for us, we're going to watch, especially until we see a game of theirs. And if this was the first opponent, we would exclusively watch these guys and not really watch any of Ole Miss from last year. Their coordinator came from Alabama, so we're going to watch Alabama's defense. We know it's going to be different. Okay. The other thing that we do is that's a little different is we don't exclusively watch the last 4 games. So what we're going to do is we're going to pick through the opponents, and especially at that middle of the season range, we're going to make sure that we're watching 4 games that make sense to us. So what makes sense to us? Well, right here is one of the big things. Okay, we've got a true inline tight end and we have a wing. Okay, now who that wing is, who cares? Okay, in this case, it's 2 tight ends, it's 12 personnel, but for us, we could care less. Okay, just because this is something that is unique. We are a 3-man surface with a tight end, with a wing attached to the tight end. So we want to see how they're going to play this area right here. Okay, especially obviously these guys right here, this is an odd front. Okay, that's what they based out of. And, you get to see exactly how are they going to fit that odd front with a tight end wing. Okay. The other thing is that, obviously it's fortunate that I picked K-State because K-State's going to do some things like, making sure that they are making unbalanced with motion. Okay. So, we're going to watch this. Obviously, you're not going to watch for mismatches as much when you have a situation like this. Okay. But when we watch, on Sunday, when I'm watching, I'm going to be watching, these more than anything else. Okay. Now, there are certain things. I mean, we all know what everybody else has got and all that stuff. So, they may be doing something special. Hopefully you're watching enough games that hey, look, they don't normally double this guy, but that's their stud. So, that's why you're getting it. So, we're going to make sure that we are that we're watching and that we know enough about these guys to know why they're doing what they're doing here. Okay. All right. So we'll go here. Very next clip. Okay, so very next clip. Oh, great. If you watched any of my other tapes, bunch trips. Okay, so we're gonna get that. Now, the amount of times that we just line up in bunch trips and live in it are going to be very few and far between. So if we line up like this, we're probably moving to something else. And if we are running a play in this, we're probably getting to it in a certain way. Okay, so I think for some of you, you had an opportunity to see some of my tape that had Alabama's defense, and so I think you're going to get a chance to see here just how generic some of what we do makes them. So here, right now we already have an overshifted even front. Okay, they've moved the nose guard here and moved everybody down to make sure that they have overcooked to that bunch trip side. All right, and obviously they've shifted the linebackers way over. So just knowing how they're going to do it, and again, whether it is exact, whether the formation is exact or not, we're going to be able to, there is a little bit of guesstimation here. Okay. All right. So now for us, let me back it up a little bit. So for us, we're probably going to do one of our full line shifts, and maybe a full line shift with someone, maybe shift the line this way, bring the two tight ends back over that way, stuff like that. So, obviously this is going to be a little bit different, but, seeing the trade tight end deal and exactly what they have to do. I mean, take a look at all that just for trading tight ends. Okay. So when I tell you that, right now, I can guarantee you when we play Ole Miss, there is going to be more nonsense of the shifting and the trading and all of that. If this many guys have to move just because of that. So, and again, we can shift the whole offensive line faster than it takes these guys to bring them over. So again, if we're shifting the line and bringing them over, it's just going to throw in some extra stuff for it. So again, a lot of people are like, why do you do all the shifting? Well, for teams like this, okay, when we played Alabama, I mean, literally there were stories of, like Saban losing his mind, which I know that's probably not out of the realm of what everybody considers reality, but just the fact that he made them simplify everything, is really good, because good players, you don't want them really doing anything exotic. Okay, you would like them, when you are completely outmatched, you would really like them to be pretty stationary, and that our guys know exactly what they're getting. Okay. So again, similar plays. So yes, we are never, ever going to run a power play out of the I formation. Okay. But yes, we can see, even though we may not get into I, when we motion to it, it's essentially an I formation play. So, how do they play certain blocks? How do they play all of these? And again, even though it's not going to be at Alabama, typically the coordinator is going to tell these guys, that coach up front, this is kind of what I want it done like. Okay. So again, this all goes into, kind of what we want to showcase. Okay. And then, obviously any play with a jet, motion across the ball, handing it to a player, and seeing how they handle the perimeter. All right, how they rotate, what chances we have of play action passes are going to be huge. Okay, and really that's one of the things, if you think about it like this, we want to watch for what we do in the day to day, but everybody's looking for that one thing that could really, I've called them silver bullets in the past. So, you want to be able to go out there against these werewolves with something.